Hi guys, Steve here. Quick video from me today about cost per click. So if you're running paid ads on Google, Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, LinkedIn, you are going to be using a pay per click platform. So you will have some element of cost per click going on in your account. So it could be via keywords, could be via audiences or ads, and it's easy to get caught up in your cost per click because this has all started actually a couple of weeks ago. Someone has joined us, a new client of ours, and they were managing, for him it was his Google Ads account, but he was fixated on his cost per click because in his mind he was not prepared to go over a certain amount per click. And I do get it. I completely get it because keywords can seem very expensive for a single click. But ultimately, what are we doing this for? We're spending money to get leads and sales into our business. And if you're holding yourself back because you're only happy to spend money on cheap clicks, which your competitors aren't spending so much money on because that's why they're cheap, and the only reason your competitors aren't spending so much money on them is because they know they're not good quality, what you're doing, you're just buying cheap clicks. So, let's say you had an acceptable cost per lead of £50, let's say. Let's say you had a nice bit of profit in every customer that came into your business. £50 was more than acceptable from any source of traffic. If you were getting leads for that, your conversion rate is 1 in 2, 1 in 3, so £100, £150 to get a sale. If you're selling conservatories or whatever, you are going to be over the moon with that. The numbers will be different in your business. But if your cost per lead, acceptable cost per lead is £50, then it doesn't make sense to keep going buying £1 clicks that are going to have a lower conversion rate because they're rubbish, the keywords with rubbish intent. You could end up getting 100 clicks and a single conversion. So you've bought cheap clicks, but you've got a £100 cost per lead. Instead, you could pay £5, cost per click. Oh, bloody hell, £5. But you only got 10 clicks now, so you've got 10 clicks. But if one of those converts because the keyword's better, then happy days, you've now got your acceptable cost per lead because you're bidding on better quality keywords, not the stuff that no one else wants, and therefore you end up getting higher up the search engine results. You get better quality prospects. They come, they inquire, they turn into business, and they're not the people that go right to the bottom of page 2, find you after they've inquired with everyone else on that page, and then start turning into customers because it happens at a lower conversion rate. It's the same for Facebook audiences. There are better audiences than others. There are better ads to run than other ads. And you have to just make sure that you're focusing on the right things because the only thing that matters is getting customers into your business. And it's certainly not the amount of clicks you get, certainly not the amount of impressions you get, and the cost per click really doesn't matter as long as your cost per lead, cost per sale is coming in on point. And once you've got that, you've got this nice predictable system in your business. You're putting £1 in, you're getting £3, £4 back, whatever that is. And therefore everything else can sort itself out as long as you're getting those numbers. And that's the conversation that we had with this client, and it took a little while for that to go, but now we're in a much better place because he's let the reins go a little bit, and hopefully that's going to help some of you out there that might be feeling the same way, because I do get it, but if you think about it in a different way, it starts to make some sense. So anyway, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.